what I'm going to be covering today is the New Agent Success Kit. And basically this is for new agents who haven't started their website, or they're just getting started. They just joined IDX Broker and they want to know how best to utilize everything that's free to their disposal to kind of do this. So one of the first things that I want to address is a branded email. And what I mean by that is an email address that has your domain name on it. With websites like Craigslist and the scams that are going around, people put more trust in an email that's at your domain rather than gmail.com or hotmail.com, because they're just going to look at that and go, I don't know, and it puts a pause in their mind. So the more you can carry your own personal branding and get that out to your clients, and the more trust they can put into your emails and things like that, the better. And this also allows you to kind of make group emails and things like that that are at your domain. And what I recommend here, and it's fairly cheap, is G Suite. If you're not familiar with G Suite, G Suite is with Google, and basically it's a collection of applications to help you kind of bring your business to a new level. So you've got access to, to spreadsheets, Word documents, Drive, but the big one is the email. You can set up your email to be myname@mydomain.com, and it's fairly simple. They walk you through the process. They even provide the codes for you to integrate it. So you can actually do that, and their basic package, I believe, starts at $5 a month. So it's relatively inexpensive, and there's no reason to not have an email address with your domain. So that would be my first step as a new agent, is to make sure that I secure my email and get a nice branded email for me to send out to clients when I'm making my property update emails, or I'm using my CRM to do drip campaigns. The less it's tied to other domains like Gmail or maybe kellerwilliams.com, that kind of stuff, the better. And tying in with that, I like email templates. More and more we're seeing, HTML or web pages in emails. And most phones are going to render this, and they're going to look at it on their phone when they're answering it on the go anyway. So there are companies out there like mosaico.io, and I'll share that here in just a sec, but they allow you a responsive email template, and then you can use this within IDX Broker to build out property update email template that has your branding on it. It's not just plain text being sent out. And so it's really kind of a cool thing to do to kind of capture that. If you have that set up, then you're going to be able to have all this great marketing right at your disposal. So when people save searches and get those property update emails, they're seeing it's from you, it's from your website, and on top of that, they're going to have all that wonderful branding that you've got, and it's going to be right there in their face. And the more visual things that we have in front of our potential leads or clients, the better, because they're going to engage with a more visual representation than just text. Some text with some pictures isn't going to be as powerful. So I would definitely take a look at doing some email templates. And one of those is Mosaico, like I said, .io, and they do responsive templates. And it's pretty simple to use. They've got a drag and drop interface to kind of help you get started, and they walk you through the process. And when it's all done, you're going to be given the HTML code to use, and that's what you can use and put into IDX Broker to kind of set that up. The next one, and this is the one that I see in account after account after account, and that's the SEO settings on IDX Broker pages. I can't stress this enough. There is literally a bunch of settings at your disposal, and you should take advantage of them early on so that you don't end up trying to catch up later. That's how I like to look at it. When pages get indexed by Google and they're still active, they don't always come back very quickly to re-index them. So when we're talking about search engines and getting all that dialed in, that's where it's really crucial to make sure we've got everything ready when we're ready to take our new site live. And one of those places I'll show you is going to be under Designs Pages. This entire column, most of these pages have SEO settings. So if we started with the address search, for example, and we go here, you're going to notice by default we don't include anything. So it's just going to use whatever's in your wrapper. So take the time to type in things like search by address, and then, this search page will search by the address you enter. for example, and then set your keywords and just kind of work through these, because this is big. This right here is huge to take advantage of. And that settings is, like I said, it's for most of the pages in IDX Broker. We do set up one for you. And also take a look at this, because it's not going to be the way you want it. I guarantee it. You're going to have a property type for sale in city name, or by default, I think it's just the listing ID. So I've set this up for myself in my demo account. So it says single family residential for sale in the city of the listing. And the details page is dynamic. So it uses these variables to kind of set up this dynamic title, put in the listing description, in the description for your meta fields, etc. So take the time, go through those settings and dial them in. I really can't stress that enough. That's my first step in an IDX account. After I've got, it's looking good, I got my wrapper applied and things are starting to display the way I want them, definitely you want to take a look at that. And there's another great article that we have in our knowledge base, and it's basically a roadmap to SEO. Right here, that we've got custom subdomains, the title and meta, and all of this stuff. So this is not by any means the end-all be-all answer to SEO and getting that indexing and getting that Google juice. This is just some very good recommended steps, just some basics to kind of dial in. You may end up wanting to find someone who's really professional in SEO to kind of dial this even better, to kind of narrow your scope a little bit and get your target audience figured out and really just start getting up on that first page of Google for your market. This one I will also just put in the YouTube video in the description. We're going to put all these links there, so if you want to check these out after the webinar and we get it on the YouTube channel, you can take a look at those there. So another good section is, do I want to share testimonials on my website or reviews? Do I want to go after testimonials or reviews? So right now, if you really want to have some oomph to your Google searches, reviews beat out testimonials any day of the week. These reviews, if you get enough of them on your Google page, on Facebook, etc., you're going to actually look better to your potential clients, first of all, because you're going to have these reviews have testimonials in them. They're kind of like the same thing, except with a star rating. And so when people search for your business on Google and you've got, a ton of reviews, your business is going to show up on the right-hand side, and you're going to be able to have a little map pin. It's going to show your website address. It's huge. Go after reviews. Testimonials are great, and it's always good to hear back from the people we've sold for and hear how great the whole process was and how good they felt and how easy it was. Those are great, but without a review like this, they're just text. They don't really go far enough. So I would definitely go after reviews. And this is all part of kind of that campaign and building your brand and having those emails. So in that email template that I mentioned, at the bottom you can say, hey, if you like how things are, give us a review. Just something simple, just to kind of call their attention to it and get those reviews. It's going to be huge for you, and you're going to capture more leads because of the way you're reaching out. The other one is social networking. There are tons of social network sites now. I mean, you name it, it's out there pretty much. And the question I get a lot is, which ones do I need to focus on? The ones that you're comfortable with. But there are some big ones. Obviously Facebook, right? But it's not just about having a social network account or a business page. It's not just that. It's engaging with that page and being active on it. The more active you are, the more you're going to show up in people's news feeds when they're going through Facebook because they liked your page. So you're going to be able to, if you've got a new listing on the market, when you share that on Facebook, more people are going to see that because they liked your page and how active you are when they're going through their news feed. So take the time to kind of work with the social networks, but don't have a bunch of them that you're just not going to use. Like Pinterest, for example. It's great, but if you're not active on it and you're not always pinning something new, people aren't going to follow it, and you're going to lose some of that marketing, and it's going to be kind of a waste of your time if you're not going to be engaging in it. So engage where you're comfortable and take advantage of that early on, so that you're covering all your bases and you're doing yourself like a huge solid. And like I was just kind of getting into that marketing, there are tons of ways to do this. You've got Google AdWords, there's pay-per-click, there's marketing companies. What this is going to do is going to superpower your SEO. So if you're just doing the search engine optimization, you did everything, you got it dialed in, you went to an SEO expert, they got all this. Without marketing, you're not going to get traffic, and it's not going to happen as fast as you want it. So the more you market your site and you get it in front of people's faces for your target audience, the more people are going to be clicking, going to your website, seeing your properties. And if you've got your funnels set up for lead capture correctly, you're going to be capturing more leads. So marketing is another crucial part of this. And if you're not familiar with doing Google AdWords or all these marketing campaigns, or you just don't want to do it, that's when I would take a look at our developer partners. We have a lot of developer partners that work with IDX Broker, and many of them specialize in these areas for SEO, for marketing, for just kind of getting everything set up for you, or doing everything for you, so that you don't have to worry about maintaining your website, doing all these updates, working with, fighting Facebook posts. A lot of them will do it for you. And that's the key part. You need to be busy out in the market, selling your homes, making that business, and hustling for the money. Why waste the time if you can work with a developer partner and get this done? You're gonna save yourself so much in the end. If you're comfortable with doing it, awesome. I would definitely recommend going after those settings and just kind of doing what I was recommending early on. But if this is something like you just don't want to take on yourself, or you'd love to have somebody else just do this thing for me, I don't have the time, that's where our developer partners are going to be great. And if you're looking for those, you can find them on our website at idxbroker.com. If you go to the help, there's going to be a drop down in there and a link to find a developer. And there's the filters in there. You can kind of see all the partners that we have, and you can select one of those. You can go to their website and you can weigh them out. You could even check their reviews. That's another thing I would recommend. If they've got some good reviews, and like I was saying early on, it's not about the testimonials, it's about the reviews. And it's the same thing. If they're not ranking and you're not getting the reviews and you're going after that marketing, they might not be the fit for you. And that's not just for all of our dev partners. Again, I would definitely take a look, if you're not comfortable with this, about going to a developer partner and maybe getting that marketing done for you. All right, question time.
Page titles, meta tag descriptions, and keyword suggestions.
Sure. So for the suggestions on those individual pages, let's go back to that real quick. So when we're coming in here, it's always good to speak to the page. We all know that content is king. We've heard it. It's been, people throw that around all the time. But if I'm in here and I'm not speaking to what this page is going to do, what it is, Google uses that and puts weight to pages based on that information. If it's an address search page, speak to it as an address search page. If it's a saved link, for example, you've saved a search and you're wondering, what do I put here? Speak to the community or what that search is about. Be as specific as possible, because when Google says, oh, here's the name of this page, yeah, but what's it really about? I saw the title, but what's it about? And does it match the search criteria that people on the web are putting in? And then this is for the organic side of things. So if they're looking for homes in South California between $200,000 and $300,000, for example, and you've got a search set up for that, and it's dialed in, and it's in the description, when they do that search, it's going to show up on Google search results. It's going to be relatable, and because you've tied everything together and you've got a page that's kind of geared towards that, that page is going to outrank a lot of other competitors in your market. And I know I went through a lot of stuff fast, so if you've got questions, go ahead.
Okay, we have a client named Mark on here who's asking specific questions about his pages. I would recommend emailing help@idxbroker.com.
If you've got some specific questions about your particular account and looking for recommendations there, reach out to our support team. They're great. That's going to be help@idxbroker.com. And just kind of, if there's any questions and things I've said, or you need help with that, reach out to them. Again, that's going to be help@idxbroker.com.
Are you going to show how to update your background in this session? We do have previously recorded webinars about customization. The best place to check those out would be learn.idxbroker.com. This particular session was not on customization. However, you'll find some really helpful information there.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Monica, that is a website, learn, LEARN .idxbroker.com.
Let's go ahead and show that. Learn.idxbroker.com. There's some great content here. Definitely take advantage of it. You can view our past webinars, some quick tips that are here, stuff that's just for beginners or lead management. There's a huge resource here, and it's available to everyone. Well, thank you. It's been great. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, help@idxbroker.com. And this will be on YouTube. So I'm going to make sure that those links to those resources I shared are in the description. So if you want to wrangle up with G Suite or Mosaico.io or any of those things, you'll be able to kind of go straight to those pages and take advantage of that.